What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Canucks weekly recap. We just seen a big week from the Vancouver Canucks as they go 3-0 and are currently on a 3-game win streak. They played a couple kind of easy, well, they played one like mediocre team, one terrible team, and then a pretty good Dallas Stars team. We'll talk about all three games, dive into the scores, and just take a look and see how the Canucks did. Before we do that though, as always, if you guys are new to the channel and you guys are Canucks fans, it would mean a lot if you guys subscribed and liked the video if you enjoyed. I do this every single Sunday. And with that said, let's dive in. Vancouver Canucks started off playing the Nashville Predators. They did this on October 31st, good old Halloween game. It was the first game they wore their black skate jersey. Very exciting to see that. And honestly, the Canucks looked a little slow, a little shaky here. I think full credit goes to the Predators, though, in this game because they came out kind of firing, controlled play for a lot of it, it felt like. And it felt like the Canucks were kind of on their back heel a little bit. Their goaltender kept them in it. They got some timely goals. There's one thing this Canucks team so far can do this season is score goals. They don't need a lot of chances to do so, and when they do get the chances, they seem to capitalize. So that's huge. I mean, that's just huge to capitalize on your chances. They win this game 5-2, and honestly, 5-2 probably is a little bit of a harsh score compared to how the game actually went. It could have been another 3-2 game, in my opinion. Vancouver Canucks were down 2-1 after the first period. You can see a first goal, opening goal by Sam Lafferty. Awesome pickup there. It was a sweet goal, a little deflection. Then Colton Sissons and Dante Fabro answer honestly pretty close to each other. What's that, 30 seconds apart? And the Preds take that 2-1 lead and finish the period. So that was a little bit disappointing to see the Canucks finish the period like that. Honestly, it wasn't that bad of a period. They get the first goal and it was just like, okay, let's lock this down. Let's get out of this period 1-0. And they don't do that. They let the Nashville Predators get back into it. Start of the period, though, Elias Pettersson, he actually gets two in the second period. He gets one 53 seconds in, scoring a goal there, assisted by Hughes and Mikheyev, and then follows up with another power play goal there, making it 3-2 Vancouver. So we had the lead going into the third period. I'm going to be honest, based on the shots that were happening in the game so far, based on the control of play, I felt like this was going to be a tight one down to the end. I thought the Preds maybe would force overtime. I thought it was going to be a close one, but JT Miller had other plans. 4 minutes and 11 seconds into the third period, scoring a goal. This was the game that had everyone talking because JT Miller got benched in the second period. He took some penalties in the first period there, which honestly helped the Predators get into this game. But then he gets benched. He comes out in the third period, scores a big goal. Awesome to see that he's not letting kind of players and star players get away with stuff. He wants to see them play right. And he was not happy with JT Miller taking 3 penalties in the game. So he benched him. Then he came back, scored a goal. Then Elias Pettersson completes the hat trick there to make it 5-2. It's just awesome to see. It was an empty netter. He literally skated it right into the net. You guys can see the shot breakdown here. We were outshot by 2, but I mean, that just shows how close of a game this really was. The first period shots were 10-9 Vancouver, then 9-6 for the Preds in the second, and then 11-11 tie in the third. Honestly, I felt like it was a close game. Like I said, I've said this numerous times already in this breakdown, that I think this could have went either way. Like we always seem to do when we take a look at the box score here, this is a power play game. Special teams won Vancouver. They went 0-for-4, or they went 4-0 on the PK. The Preds went 0-for-4 on the power play. Canucks did score 1 power play goal, and they went 1-for-3. So Vancouver Canucks did really good special teams, really good penalty killing in this game, and all in all, that genuinely helped us. We also really killed in the faceoff department too, 61.7%. That's huge. Then the Vancouver Canucks roll into what fans were calling the trap game to play the San Jose Sharks. A lot of fans, honestly, guilty as charged, me included, were really nervous for this game because we felt like the San Jose Sharks were going to beat the Canucks. You know, they haven't won a game. They were, 0-8-1 at this time, and I think they only had 9 goals in 9 games going into this. And genuinely, I thought the Canucks were going to lose this. I thought this... we've had important games in this season. I thought this was very important, in my opinion, to see what kind of Canucks team we got. Do we have a team that's going to they're going to come out slow and kind of just play down to their opponents, or are they going to come out and slaughter them like they should? And I mean, they slaughtered them like they should. They scored 4 goals in the first, 4 in the second, 2 in the third to win this game at 10-1. Should have been a shutout. If it was a close game, I'd like to think Tocchet would have... coaches challenged the goalie interference for the goal that the Sharks scored, and it probably would have been reversed because it was goalie interference in my opinion, and we would have seen a 10-0 game, but he just gave it to the Sharks. What a nice guy. There's not much to talk about in this game. Canucks just absolutely slaughtered them. Shots were close though, 33-31. So definitely the Sharks, if they had some defense, competent goalies, and some goal scorers, I mean, this is a close game. But Canucks score 4 in the first period, like I said. Brock Besser scores 2. He scores the first one and the fourth one. Then JT Miller on the power play. Honestly, the Canucks scored 2 power play goals off the bat here with Besser and Miller because of a nice double minor high stick. And then Quinn Hughes scores 1 as well. Exact 8-minute mark. Look at that. Miller with 4 minutes. Hughes 8 minutes. That's cool to see. Then they just don't slow down. They come out in the second period. Mikheyev scores, Kuzmenko scores, Lafferty scores, and Pia Suter score. What I like about that second period, what I like about from the first period to the second is the first period how all our stars scoring. Brock Besser, Miller, Hughes, all our superstars scoring right off the bat. Second period, how all our like secondary players scoring. You got Mikheyev. I mean, Kuzmenko, I'd say, is kind of an elite player. He's kind of looked slower to start the season, and then Lafferty and Pia Suter, so that's really cool to see. In the third period, Bolivia gets 2, first 2 of the season. That makes it 10-0, and then Zetterlund makes it 10-1, unfortunately. But you can see the shots. I mean, in the third period, the Sharks had definitely played it to Vancouver. Vancouver definitely slowed down in the third period, and I mean, rightfully so. Like, look at the lead they had. They outshot them 15-6 in the first, 10-7 in the second, and then they got outshot 18-8 in the third period. But I mean, that's to be expected. You had like at the time, like an 8-0 lead. Yeah, you're going to slow down in the third. Box score doesn't really matter. However, the Canucks definitely padded their power play stats, going 4 for 5 in this game. They also lost in the faceoff department, so that's interesting. Then we go into the game that happened last night, November 4th, Vancouver Canucks versus Dallas Stars. We're going to go through this one quickly here. This was a huge game for the Canucks. This was a game that was the big tester for the Vancouver Canucks to see how good they really are. The Dallas Stars were on a heater. They were playing good. They're 7-1-1, looking really, really good. And the Vancouver Canucks genuinely just played a really good low-event game. And I was very impressed with how they played. Granted, the Dallas Stars had a back-to-back, 1 day off, and then played a game, and then another day off and came to us. So we were like, what, the 4th game in 3 nights or something like that. So maybe they were a little tired. You can definitely see that in the third period. But I mean, still, all credit where credit is due. The Vancouver Canucks played a really good game. Demko definitely deserved the shutout. There was no scoring in the first period. Then in the second period is really where the only goals came from. We had Pia Suter getting a second, which is awesome to see. And then Elias Pettersson just takes a nice wrist shot and scores a goal. It was a sick pass by Hronek. Just like, he had so much time to shoot the puck. And just that vision to look up and see Petey going to the net on the left side of the net there and just pass it across the ice to him was just a sick play. Genuinely a low event, good game. The shots were pretty much even, 28-27. You can see the Dallas Stars came out, played a good first period, 13-8 were the shots in the first period there. I do think, though the Canucks were outshot there, that they still had their chances. Like, it was still a really good first period. The second period, though, Vancouver kind of dominated. 14-5 was the shots there. Vancouver definitely took it to them. And then even when Dallas was trying to come back into the game, shots were only 9-6 in the third period. Vancouver shut it down. We can take a look. A lot of power plays in this game. No team scored. Penalty kill was perfect for both teams. Dallas went 0 for 3. Vancouver 0 for 5. Faceoffs, Vancouver were winning 60%, so that's good to see. Faceoffs always allow you to help win games. You keep possession of the puck. It'll just help in the long run. Block shots, 13-13 each, and hits, Vancouver were up 21-15. Genuinely a very even game and a very good game. A game Vancouver definitely deserved to win because they looked like they played a very solid game all around. Defensively, they were good. They were back checking well. They were playing physical. Honestly, it was just a solid game. I was very impressed. So then we take a look at the schedule for next week. The Vancouver Canucks play the Edmonton Oilers tomorrow on Monday. That should be a good one. Hopefully a win there. That would be nice. Then they play the Ottawa Senators, a 4 o'clock game on Thursday, November 9th. I don't know how that's going to go. Ottawa's definitely struggling, so that would be sweet if they could win that one as well. And then they play the Toronto Maple Leafs, Hockey Night in Canada there on Saturday. That one's going to be interesting. Vancouver could theoretically be going into that game on Saturday against the Leafs on a 5-game win streak, and that would be huge because, in my opinion, the Leafs game is a game you might lose, but they're also kind of struggling as well. So who knows what's going to happen? I'm genuinely excited as a Canucks fan. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments your guys' opinion. How do you think this week went for the Canucks? I can't imagine anything other than amazing. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.